Nellyville is the second studio album by American rapper Nelly. It was released on June 25, 2002, by Universal Records. Production for the album was handled mainly by reprising producer Jason J. E. Epperson, with additional production by Kevin Law, C. Love, Waiel, Wally, Yaghnam, The Neptunes, Trackboyz, Ryan Bowser and Just Blaze. The album was supported by 6 singles, including number 1, Hot in Herre, Dilemma, Air Force Ones, Work It, and Pimp Juice. Hot in Herre, and Dilemma, which both topped the US Billboard Hot 100 chart, for 7 and 10 weeks, respectively. Nellyville debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 714,000 copies in its opening week. It stayed atop the chart for 4 non-consecutive weeks and went on to be certified 6 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, for shipments of over 6 million copies. Internationally, Nellyville peaked at number 2 in Australia, Canada, Germany, New Zealand and United Kingdom. By March 16, 2011, the album went on to sell 6,488,000 copies in the US, and is the 14th best-selling rap album of all time. Background and production, executive producers for Nellyville include Nelly, Kevin Law and C. Love. The majority of recording was done by Steve Ainer, who was assisted by Mark Lee. Rich Trevally, assisted by Jeff Robinette, Jamie Duncan and Dan Malazzo performed the mixing. Audio mastering was done by Herb Powers, with A&R directed by Law and coordinated by Jennifer Havey. Art direction was done by Sandy Brummels with Robert Sims undertaking design and Jonathan Mannion handling photography. Road management was executed by Keith Brent, with additional management done so by Tony Davis, Courtney Benson and Team Lunatics. Legality was handled by Richard Grable and Tim Mandelbaum. Several artists made an appearance on the album, including Justin Timberlake, Kelly Rowland, Beanie Sigel, Freeway and Danny Stevenson. Critical reception, Nellyville received generally positive reviews from music critics. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 to reviews from mainstream critics, the album has received an average score of 70, based on 15 reviews, which indicates generally favorable reviews. Wayne Franklin of Pop Matters held low expectations for the album prior to listening to it, following Nelly's feud with rapper KRS-One, but found its music to be incredible. Wayne lauded the track Air Force One, describing it as an unbelievable ode to hip-hop, while noting several other songs as standouts. Alma 6 Jason Birchmeier gave the album 3.5 stars out of 5, noting Hot in Herre, Dilemma, and Rock the Mic as 3 well-calculated, standout moments. Birchmeier praised Hot in Herre's production, Rock the Mic's hip-hop composition and the Dilemma's interpolation of Patti LaBelle's Love, Need and Want You. RapReviews.com's Steve John gave Nellyville an 8.5 out of 10, citing the album's consistency in production, praising Hot in Herre for its Midwestern drawl and harmonious musical flow. Giving the album a B+, Tom Sinclair of Entertainment Weekly praised several new additions to Nelly's vocal style, summarizing, "If you like your rap loose and funny, Nelly's the man for you." Steel Fadl saw Nellyville as Nelly's reply to the haters. Fadl described the album as a glossy, well-produced album of populist anthems with a gangster undertow that expands his perspective of the world and celebrates success. Though Fadl wasn't impressed at the Justin Timberlake featured track Work It, calling the song a silly pop-directed collaboration. The AV Kluber s Nathan Rubin praised Nellyville for achieving similar universal appeal to Nelly's previous effort Country Grammar, which achieved it with songs such as its self-titled track and E.I. Rubin criticized Timberlake's high schooler doing a Bee Gees impersonation on Work It, though noted the song as the only glaring misstep on the album. People lauded Hot in Herre for its funky go-go groove, declaring it the perfect summer jam, but were ambivalent towards the rest of the album's beats for being slightly repetitive. Rolling Stone s Rob Marriott described Nelly as a gifted, witty MC with the catchiest rhymes to ever hit the pop charts, but wrote that Nellyville sounds weighted down by the commercial pressure of having to have another multi-platinum album. Accolades. At the 2003 Grammy Awards, Nellyville was nominated for Album of the Year, Hot in Herre for Best Male Rap Solo Performance and Dilemma for Best Rap Sung Collaboration. Both songs won their respective nominations, with Nellyville losing out to Norah Jones' Come Away With Me. Nelly received 3 BET Award nominations, Best Male Hip Hop Artist, Best Collaboration and Video of the Year. At the American Music Awards, Nelly was nominated for Favorite Pop Rock Male Artist and the Fans' Choice Award, with Nellyville nominated for Favorite Pop Rock Album and Favorite Hip R&B Album, with Nelly winning the Fans' Choice Award. Nelly received 6 awards at the 2002 Billboard Music Awards, winning the awards for Artist of the Year, Male Artist of the Year, Hot 100 Singles Male Artist of the Year, R&B Hip Hop Male Artist of the Year, Rap Artist of the Year and Rap Track of the Year. On the 2002 Billboard year-end charts, the album was ranked 3rd on the Billboard 200 and the top R&B Hip Hop Albums charts. Commercial performance. The album debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 714,000 copies, outperforming Nelly's previous effort Country Grammar, which debuted at number 3 selling 235,000 copies. With the single Hot in Herre number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 that week, Nelly was in possession of the top spot on 10 different Billboard charts. The following 2 weeks of its release, Nellyville remained atop the Billboard 200, selling 447,000 and 340,000 copies, respectively, surpassing 1.5 million copies in sales in its 3rd week. In its 4th week, Nellyville replaced atop the chart by Dave Matthews Band's Busted Stuff, which debuted with 622,000 copies. The former album was positioned at number 2 on the Billboard 200, with its sales decreasing to 305,000 copies. In the album's 5th week, it sold 271,000 copies, dropping from number 2 to number 3, and in its 6th week sold 244,000 copies, remaining at number 3. Nellyville moved up to number 2 and sold 208,000 units in its 7th week of release, and in its 8th week, topped the Billboard 200, accumulating to 4 non-consecutive weeks atop. The album sold 183,000 copies that week. Nellyville Euro's 4-week number 1 run and sales were, according to Billboard, largely in part to the success of the album's singles, Hot in Herre, and Dilemma. The former track was number 1 on the Hot 100 prior to the album's release, maintaining a 3rd week atop the chart when Nellyville made its debut. The song topped the Hot 100 for 7 consecutive weeks before being replaced by its successor, Dilemma, which topped the chart for 10 non-consecutive weeks, selling worldwide over 7.6 million copies. On June 25, 2002, Nellyville was certified 6 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, for shipments of 6 million copies. On March 16, 2011, the album went on to sell 6,488,000 copies in the United States, becoming the 14th best-selling rap album of all time. Nellyville debuted and peaked at number 2 on the UK Albums Chart on the week of July 13, 2002, remaining on the chart for 38 weeks. On July 1, 2002, the album was certified 2 times platinum by the British phonographic industry, for shipments of 600,000 copies. On the Australian Albums Chart, it debuted and peaked at number 2 for 2 weeks, staying within the top 10 for 16 non-consecutive weeks. The album dropped off the chart after 31 weeks, and was certified 3 times platinum by the Australian Recording Industry Association for shipments of 210,000 copies. Nellyville also peaked at number 2 on the New Zealand Albums Chart, Canadian Albums Chart and German Albums Chart. It remained on the chart in New Zealand for 30 weeks, in Canada for 18 weeks and in Germany for 33 weeks. It was certified 2 times and 4 times platinum by Recorded Music NZ and Music Canada, respectively. The album was certified gold by the Bundesverband Music Industry. Nellyville also achieved success in several other territories, peaking within the top 10 in Ireland, Netherlands, Denmark, Finland, Switzerland, Norway, Austria and Belgium. It was certified gold by IFPI Austria and certified platinum by IFPI Switzerland for shipments of 15,000 and 40,000 copies, respectively. The album reached at number 11 in Sweden and number 25 in Belgium and France. The Swedish Recording Industry Association awarded the album a gold certification, for shipments of over 30,000 copies. Track listing, sample credits. Hot in Herre contains an interpolation of Chuck Brown's Bustin' Loose. Pimp Juice contains samples from the medley of the staple singers Love Comes in All Colors. Dilemma contains elements of Patti LaBelle's Love, Need and Want You. Personnel, credits adapted from liner notes. Charts. Certifications. See also, List of number 1 albums of 2002, List of number 1 R&B albums of 2002. Notes. References. External links, Nellyville at Discogs.